Hello and welcome to today's video where we are walking around Stocks Reservoir. This is a stunning place. I can't wait to get this one done. It's about 6-7 miles long, nice big circular loop around the reservoir. Hopefully some really nice views throughout the day. I'm excited for this. Let's get cracking, shall we?
The walk starts in the heart of Gisburn Forest, with limited free parking by the edge of Stocks Reservoir and plenty more pay and display parking further along. As ever, it's great to have my sidekick Henry with me today. He's ready for his next adventure. Right from the bridge, there's a path running adjacent to the road.
It's nice and cool under these trees.
Just be careful if your dog is off the lead at this early stage of the walk. Before long we reach that pay and display car park I was talking about. Costing £3 for all day parking at the time of this recording. You'll also spot the map highlighting today's well-marked walk around Stocks Reservoir. Arrive late morning to start your walk? No worries, there's a handy picnic space nearby for gobbling up those all-important sandwiches, as you'll be needing some energy for this 7-miler. Further along the trail, I popped my head into one of the several hides for birdwatchers. They're simple spaces, but great for staying unnoticed, watching the wildlife out on the water. And there's plenty of it here. In fact, did you know more than 150 different bird species alone have been spotted at Stocks Reservoirs over the years? Incredible.
Do you know, I'm learning quite a lot from these reservoir walks. What I'm starting to realise now is a lot of the reservoirs were built on top of abandoned villages. It's becoming a bit of a pattern. So this one, Stocks, was built in 1932 and they submerged the village of Stocks in Bowland. After doing my research, it sounded like there was just 3 cottages and an inn, but still, this submerged a village. Another village lost for water, providing water to busy towns and cities. Just seems crazy. And even though we're right out in the Forest of Bowland, near Tosside and Slaburn, Stocks Reservoir actually provides water to the Fylde Coast and Blackpool. Gosh, didn't know that. I don't know what it is, but I'm definitely getting temperate rainforest vibes here. I'm really fascinated by temperate rainforests. In fact, there's a really good video on YouTube with a chap who talks about the lost temperate rainforests in Britain. Fascinating. I'll leave a link for that video in the description below if you like.
Through this section of the route, all I could see were trees and muddy trails. So eventually, at a bit of a clearing, I decided to fly my drone above the tree canopy in search of a better vantage point from where I was. Drones really do provide jaw-dropping perspectives at times. I'll leave you to enjoy this one. This is where we're heading next, by the way, up that track leading us to an old ruin. Now where am I? Somewhere down here. Ah, there I am. Back on the move now, looking over towards Stocks in the distance, the reservoir felt miles away. And the path seemed to be taking us further out as well. Don't worry though, we'll be back by the water's edge in no time. Dogs definitely on leads for this section, by the way, as we follow the track up through farm fields. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and there was a slight breeze. What a day for walking.
It's a nice little slog, this. I'm determined to stay ahead of that chap in the red jacket, although every time I turn my head side to side there's just views that I want to get on the camera. I don't know what it is about blokes. We're so competitive when we're going places. You just don't want someone to overtake you. What's wrong with me?
Anyone else get like this sometimes? Like on a bike ride or hiking up a hill, you just hate being overtaken for some daft reason. Maybe it's just me. It was so lovely up here out in the open, and right at the very top, there it is, my dream project home. The ruined barn of New House Farm. I just love finds like these. What spectacular views looking back towards Stocks as well. Honestly, I didn't want to leave, but onwards we went, turning left just before the barn in search of a bridge crossing. There it is. After you, Henry. The bridge takes us over the River Hodder, one of the most peaceful and unspoilt rivers around. Hello, sheepies. Now this looks like the perfect spot for... just give me a minute. And we're off again.
I can't believe I put off this walk for so long. It's a really nice loop, is this, so far. It's really remote here and I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. It's a lot of sheep, so dogs on leads for this one, unfortunately, for the dog. But yeah, I think I'll be doing this one again with the family, I think. It's all right so far.
So there was no picnic for me earlier, but I do always carry some tasty snacks to keep me going on my walks.
Today's snack choice, grenade bar. Yes.
Yum.
Okay, I've got something to confess. One of the reasons why I've never done this walk before is, well, there's lots of reservoir walks near me and they just go right round the resi, and it is what it is. They're all quite nice, but quite similar, I suppose, especially when you're walking right around the perimeter. And with this one being a 7+ mile walk around the perimeter of the reservoir, I just thought it could be a bit boring. But my gosh, has it been anything but boring. There's so much variety on this walk. I mean, right now I'm like out in the middle of nowhere with Henry. Just birds and sheep as company. Well, birds, sheep and sheep poo, let's put it that way. I've not needed to use outdoor active at all really, so far.
Told you we'd be back by the water's edge again. It felt so calm over this side of the reservoir. What a perfect location for a day's fishing. There was an interesting sign up ahead. Told you so. And what's with all these planted trees with plaques in front of them? What a wonderful idea. First time hearing of memorial forests. Perhaps I could reserve a plot somewhere for when I finally pop my clogs. Before long, I stumbled across this stunning property. Turns out it's a United Utilities office. What a beautiful place to work from. I mentioned bird species earlier. Here are a few I spotted in this section of the walk. I couldn't resist filming all the views from here. Poor Henry, often left waiting for me. Oh, and look at that little island out in the water. I just had to fly over towards it for a closer look. Sorry, Henry. He does deserve more airtime, I know. So we're on the home stretch now, not too far from the start. There's honestly so much variety to this walk. The number of viewpoints looking over the water, old ruins, wildlife, farm animals, well-marked trails. Not to mention there's also this beautiful little church located on the edge of Gisburn Forest. So there you have it. Think you'd also be up for walking around Stocks Reservoir after watching this? Find the walk route in the description below. And by the way, if walks in Lancashire or even the Lake District are something you'd be interested in, then you might like to watch one of these 2 recommended walks I'll leave for you here. See you there. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more.